go screaming out your name. Take me to a different place.
Bonjour à tous. Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you are here. Do you know that there is a patron saint of Paris? Or actually patroness saint of Paris because it is she, not he. A patron saint or patroness saint is a saint who is regarded as the protector of a nation, place, profession, class, clan, occupation, family, or even a person in Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy and Anglicanism as well. France had been a Catholic country for a long time since Clovis I, who was converted from paganism to Catholicism in 496. Considered the founder of France, Clovis I made himself the ally and protector of the papacy and of his predominantly Catholic subjects. Since then, Catholicism has been the most prominent denomination in France, but lost its state religion status following the 1789 French Revolution. So, it is natural that France and its cities have their patron saints. Today, let's go and see the resting place of the patroness saint of Paris, where you can see her relics and tomb and her first entombed location where now the Pantheon of Paris is located. Let's go. Allons-y.
Just the two of us and we could stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be the someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, I wanna be with you, be with you.
Patroness saint of Paris is Genevieve. She is better known as Geneviève de Paris. Her final resting place is a church of Saint-Étienne-du-Mont on the Montagne Sainte-Geneviève, where also stand the Pantheon and La Bibliothèque Sainte-Geneviève, or Saint Genevieve Library in English. You can see how all these impressive buildings are all clustered atop the gentle hill of the Montagne Sainte-Geneviève in the 5th arrondissement of Paris. At this beautiful Catholic church of French Gothic and Renaissance mixed style, the shrine of Saint Genevieve is placed. Genevieve was born in 419 or 422 in Nanterre, France, about 7 kilometers from Paris. She was recognized for her religious devotion from an early age. Genevieve was pious. After she recovered from severe illness, she reported that she had seen visions of heaven. She is said to have predicted the invasion of the Huns shortly before the attack of the Huns under Attila in 451 on Paris. When Attila threatened Paris in 451, she persuaded the panic-stricken people of Paris to remain and pray, assuring them that they had the protection of heaven. Attila's army went on to Orleans, 110 kilometers from Paris, and was defeated. It is claimed that Genevieve's so-called prayer marathon caused Attila's army to go to Orleans instead. According to Genevieve's hagiography, Genevieve persuaded the women of Paris to undertake a series of fasts, prayers, and vigils in order to ward off the threatening disaster. In Paris, Genevieve became admired for her piety and devotion to works of charity and practiced fasting. Do you want to know an interesting fact about Genevieve? It actually is more about severe corporal austerities. It is mind-boggling to learn that her fasting meant abstaining from meat and breaking her fast only twice a week. For the most of her life until she was 50, Genevieve fasted from Sunday to Thursday and from Thursday to Sunday. When did she eat then? Between two break fasting? I cannot imagine how it was physically even possible. Her diet consists of beans and barley bread, and she never drank alcohol. Only after she turned 50 and by order of her bishops, she added fish and milk to her diet. Genevieve was distinguished by her charity and self-sacrifice during multiple sieges of Paris and healed many people, including young children, from their serious illness. Genevieve's hagiography or Vita states that she passed over at the age of over 80 years old around 502. Her Vita reports that 2 miracles of healing occurred at her grave. She was first entombed in the Abbey of Sainte Geneviève that was reportedly built by Clovis I, King of France, in 502. After the old church fell into decay, in 1744, Louis XV ordered a new church worthy of the patronage saint of Paris. An immense abbey church over the old crypt was built to designs by Jacques-Germain Soufflot. However, the French Revolution broke out before the new church was dedicated. It was taken over in 1791 by the National Constituent Assembly, who renamed it Le Panthéon. The Pantheon became a mausoleum for the remains of distinguished French citizens. During the French Revolution in 1793, Genevieve's body was burned on the Place de Grève, which is now the Place de l'Hôtel de Ville. The relics of Saint Genevieve were enshrined in the church of Saint-Étienne-du-Mont near the Pantheon, where they still attract pilgrims. And when you go up this hill, you should also visit the Pantheon, one of the most imposing and magnificent buildings in Paris. The construction of the building was ordered in 1744 by Louis XV. The final plan of the Grand Dome of the Pantheon was accepted in 1777 and it was completed in 1790. Unlike the Dome of Les Invalides in Paris, which has a wooden framework, the dome is constructed entirely of stone. The dome is 83 meters or 272 feet high. The facade and peristyle on the east side is modeled after a Greek temple and features Corinthian columns and pediment sculpture by David d'Angers, completed in 1837. When you enter the Pantheon, you encounter the famous Foucault pendulum. Of the Earth by constructing a 67-meter or 220-foot pendulum beneath the central dome. The primary decoration of the western nave is a series of paintings depicting the lives of Saint Denis or Denis of Paris and a longer series on the life of Saint Genevieve. You can go downstairs to the crypt to see the tombs of some of the great citizens of France. In the necropolis, you will find the tombs of Voltaire, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Victor Hugo, Émile Zola, Marie-Anne Pierre Curie, Louis Braille, Jean Jaurès, and Jacques-Germain Soufflot, the architect of the Pantheon. Interment in the crypt of the Pantheon is severely restricted and is allowed only by a parliamentary act for national heroes. Similar high honors exist in Les Invalides for historical military leaders such as Napoleon, Turenne, and Vauban. And there is an amazing opportunity to discover one of the most beautiful views of Paris from the colonnade of the Pantheon, the panorama. If you are able to climb 206 steps, you will have a spectacular sight. The hard exercise of climbing up 206 steps will reward you with a unique view of the great monuments of Paris, such as Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame Cathedral, Montparnasse Tower, Georges Pompidou Center, Arc de Triomphe, Montmartre and Sacré-Cœur Basilica, and more. It is totally worth it. There are other places that offer you an amazing view in Paris. Eiffel Tower and Sacré-Cœur will do, but this 360 degrees view is quite exclusive. I would totally recommend it. The site of the Pantheon has great significance in Paris history, especially because it was the original burial site of the Saint Genevieve. There is another monument in Paris to commemorate the patronage saint of the city. It is by the Pont de la Tournelle, one of the 37 bridges that span the Seine, connecting the left bank to the right bank. Le Pont de la Tournelle, first a wooden bridge, was built in 1620, which was replaced by a stone bridge in 1654. The current stone bridge was erected in 1928, succeeding several natural disasters, including the flood of 1910. The bridge consists of a grand central arch that links the riverbanks via two small arches, one on each side. And it's decorated on the left bank with a pylon and a statue of Saint Genevieve, designed by Polish-French monumental sculptor Paul Landowski, whose best-known work is Christ the Redeemer in Rio. The statue of Saint Genevieve was sculpted in a 40-ton monolith block of stone and 15 meters or 49 feet tall. The statue of Saint Genevieve looks towards the east, where all the invaders of the capital since Attila came from, and must have been designed to protect the city. It takes about 12 minutes to walk from the Pantheon to the Pont de la Tournelle. You would have a nice walk as you walk through the famous Quartier Latin area and have a Bertillon ice cream on your way to the bridge. You can check out all the nice ice cream parlors of Paris in my Paris ice cream episode. Okay, I'll get going. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please do give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you want to see more of my weekly videos. I hope to see you again next week. Thanks so much for watching.